Have you ever heard of the car killer? A figure so elusive, so enigmatic, that their very existence blurs the line between fact and fiction. This isn't your run-of-the-mill criminal. This is a story that chills you to the bone. A tale of a predator who turned the symbol of freedom and mobility into an instrument of death. Our tale begins in the late spring of 2001, in the heart of the bustling city. The first victim, a woman, was found in her car, lifeless. The local police chalked it up to a random act of violence, a tragic but isolated incident. But as the weeks rolled into months, a pattern began to emerge. Victim after victim was discovered, each in their car, each meeting the same grisly fate. The city was in the grip of a new kind of fear. People were afraid to drive, afraid to be alone in their vehicles. The car killer had turned the city's streets into a hunting ground. A year into the car killer's reign of terror, the police were no closer to catching this elusive predator. This wasn't a killer who left evidence at the scene or called the police to taunt them. This was a killer who was meticulous, who planned each attack with precision, leaving no trace behind. As the death toll rose, the city was on edge. Everyone was a potential victim. Everyone was a potential suspect. The car killer was seemingly everywhere and nowhere at the same time. It wasn't until 5 years later, in 2006, that the killings suddenly stopped. Just as mysteriously as they had begun, they ended. The car killer had vanished, leaving behind a legacy of fear and unanswered questions. So, what do we know about the car killer? We know that they were methodical. They killed without leaving a trace, without giving away their identity. We know that they were ruthless, that they struck without warning, turning everyday drives into deadly traps. But most chilling of all, we know that the car killer is still out there. The mystery remains unsolved, the killer uncaught. The specter of the car killer still looms over the city, a chilling reminder of the fear that once gripped its streets. The story of the car killer serves as a grim reminder of the monsters that lurk in the shadows, of the darkness that can hide in the most mundane aspects of our lives. It's a tale that sends a shiver down your spine, a story that leaves you looking over your shoulder, even in the safety of your own car. Remember, the car killer remains an enigma, a phantom that once haunted a city and could, at any moment, return. And that is the most chilling aspect of all. The car killer, a predator in plain sight, a terror that turned the familiar into the fearsome. A story that reminds us, no matter how safe we might feel, danger could be just a car ride away.